This is a new feature. Um, okay, guys, so I just wanted to quickly go through what is going on in June. Obviously, this was posted at the top of the hub, as always, with all of your fun links, but just some things to point out that are going on this month. There's going to be a 3-day refresh group starting the second, well, I guess the third week of June. So if you want to be a part of that, that's a great way to get your challengers back into the swing of things. I've seen a lot of nutrition posts or lack thereof lately. So great way to get your downline active and people plugged into something that maybe they've never tried before. We are doing the launch of Cookies and Creamy in the end of the month. So that's something to keep in your back pocket. And as you guys know, in July, 645 is launching the new program from Amala. So there's going to be a lot of things happening this month to gear up for that launch because it's going to be huge for our team. Just looking at the team calls coming up, we're actually going to do an Emerald Push Party the third week of June, starting the 14th. So Morgan will be talking about that next week. It's literally going to be a week fun kind of push for y'all. I know some of you did the Diamond Dash, and this might be a good starting point to go to and just get your booty to Emerald, help your coaches do the same. We're going to make it a fun thing so that more challengers want to be involved in it. So look out for that next team call. And then we actually have corporate coming to talk to us about having kind of a long-term mindset around success next the Wednesday after that. So I'm really excited to have my corporate mentor Brandy on, and she's also hopefully going to give us some insight into 645, which is really cool because we haven't had a corporate speaker, I think, ever with the way that we've structured it. And then we'll be going over all the launch info for 645 on the 23rd, because on the 28th, the sample workout comes out. So you guys have all of the things at your fingertips to be successful this month. They are running some specials for anybody that purchases a Challenger completion pack in June to get 50% off of 645 in July. So they're actually, I think you guys got to check the FAQ and make sure you check your June coach email for the month. But they're just doing a lot of specials around any new coach that's signed up this year for this new program. So they're going to get a discount on it, which is another incentive to upgrade to discount coach. It's going to help you push your downline and really make this a huge launch for us. And as you guys know, the summer sale is also this month. So $20 off packs that are 150 and more. So June tends to be a month where we kind of go coasting and we go quiet. And this is really where I see some coaches step up and prepare themselves, right? It's kind of like with our workouts and our nutrition. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. This is a month that you want to plan, that you want to set yourself up for success. And Allie is about to share something fun with y'all to make your business fun, because it's very simple, right? And it's easy to do and easy not to do, but it's just like our workouts and our nutrition. When we feel good, we want to share that. And so we're committed to continuing to make our business and our teams fun. So I'm going to shut up and let Allie take the lead. And she's also going to be talking about how she switched her challenge groups to be about her and her people, and really not relying on me as her coach anymore to take the lead and reach the people that she needs to work with, right? That are so different from me. So I'm excited for her to share about that, because she's been kicking booty in Success Club and she's in her third trimester. So we have no excuse not to get after it too. So Allie, big surprise, share it. And the mic is all yours.
First off, anybody have anybody to celebrate? Forgot any recognition or anything before we go into the exciting news?
I know Noelle and Melissa, you guys kicked butt in the Glow challenge that we did in our team for May. I'm about to share that hopefully tomorrow, the winners, but you guys have been so damn consistent, and it's just proof that when you rock your health journey, you can rock your business journey. So I'm proud of y'all for being here.
Hey, Danielle, can you let me share my screen, please?
Try now. You have permission.
Thanks. Perfect. All right. So Danielle and I decided to do something fun for this month, and it is a coach bingo. So let me. All right. So basically, you guys can see they're all coach activities on this that are fun and will help you elevate your business even more than you already have. So a couple of them are pretty easy, others more difficult. But obviously, most of you know how bingo works, I would assume. So you just have to get 5 in a row. And then, of course, there's a free space too. So there will be prizes, and the prizes are coming soon as to what they are going to be. But it's super exciting. A good way to kind of kickstart the summer. I started last July in my coaching journey, which is a hard month to start because people are busy with the beach and things like that and vacations. But so don't give up on the summer, even though you think, well, people are already in their routine because it's summer. That's what they've been pushing for, is to get ready for summer. But you're probably not. People aren't as ready as they think they are. So don't stop working your business and let this motivate you to push even harder. And we'll share that graphic after the call. Any questions about the bingo board quickly? No? Okay.
The prizes are going to be good. So I'm just saying, if you think our prizes were good for our team challenge, it's going to be for every team in the hub. So like, let's make it a fun thing.
And
I
it's
guess
not hard. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So is this all summer, or is this like a new bingo each month?
It'll just be for June.
Just be for June.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Try and get bingo for June, and then we'll kind of reassess after June is over. But it's not hard. Most of them aren't hard to do if you're doing your daily activity tracker, which there's still, I think, 5 more drawings for the free money, the free trips, and the mixed bike. There's 1 more for the mixed bike, but 5 for everything else. So there's still a chance to win literally free money by just doing business activities. And of course, as you guys know, I'm a little salty. Danielle's already won 3 times. So it can happen. It happens to people that we know. So just keep doing that. So we'll post that after the call. So what I wanted to talk about tonight is about probably 2 months ago, I sat down and thought about what am I doing wrong with my business? I'm sending out these mass invites. I'm getting people. I'm hitting Success Club 10, but I just feel like I'm not contributing and changing lives as much as I'd like to, and give that connection to my challengers. So I decided to make a mom empowerment group. So that is a group that I decided to target only moms. The idea originally was just brand new postpartum moms. So like just cleared after your 6 weeks from after having your baby and kind of starting there. But we adjusted a little bit. And Jess Lofgren was also kind of involved in this, but then she had moved and had lots of weddings. So she kind of isn't as involved anymore, but still has it in her back pocket. But anyways, so it's immediate postpartum, and I've been targeting more of just toddler moms / new moms. So I basically made an invite, and I'll share all this stuff with you guys here in a second on screen share. But I made an invite that targets those people directly. So I told a story. So mine is about how I suffered with postpartum depression and anxiety when I had Grayson, how movement truly helped me in finding that fitness routine as well as the nutrition, fueling my body properly and putting the right nutrition in my body helped me get over that. And so it connects with a lot of people. And then it just kind of goes into an invite after that. And we'll go through examples in a second of how you can do that as well. But I would say before, when I invited people, I would have maybe 1 of 10 respond and be interested. I can honest to goodness tell you that at least probably 3 or 4 of 10 are interested when I message them. So there's definitely that connection. You have to find your niche. So like with moms, you already have that connection, even though you don't know the person. You know what I mean? Because you can already connect on mom things. So sent out invites. I did all that. And then we also made, let me share my screen again. Sorry. Let me let my dog inside because he's going to drive me crazy. All right. Sorry, guys. This is my normal life. So let me pull up. We made a workbook for the new challengers to make it super easy once they got into this mom group, to make it super easy and just easier for them to kind of follow through. So we did a cute little welcome letter, how to access bot, all of this. We did not reinvent the wheel. It came from Mompreneur, and we just changed it to be based on the moms, basically. But I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. It just goes over everything. And then the most important thing that we did was change nutrition for new moms. So things that are easy, simple on the go, like drive-through meals, simple on the go recipes, things like that that moms struggle with, that is important to share. Do you guys have any questions so far? No? Okay. What we did, round 2 starts on the 14th, I believe. But what we did the first time is we gave options of either Control Freak or Bar Blend as the programs to do. So the idea was that everyone was doing the exact same program to make it more of a team effort as well. Now, a lot of people have kind of varied off and said, well, I didn't like Bar Blend, I'm doing 10 rounds, et cetera, et cetera. But for the most part, most people have stuck to that original program. We have a Facebook message thread as well that we just message random stuff in, like, my kid's not sleeping tonight. What do I do about it? You know, just mom things that you can connect on that other people have no idea what you're talking about. So that is the down and dirty, but I'm going to give an example, and I'm going to use Sarah. If Sarah will let me share her idea, is that okay? Okay. So Sarah has Crohn's. So an idea for Sarah would be, her target audience would be the people with an inflammatory bowel disease category. So looking for those people on social media and trying to connect with those people to invite them in a couple months to basically a challenge group just for folks that have IBD. And she can share her struggles and how this journey's helped her with her Crohn's, with that community. So that's an easy, you don't think you have a niche, like you're like, well, I don't know what, like I don't connect with anybody, but you'd be surprised. I mean, most people, Jamie, Noelle, and Melissa, you guys all, like, you can connect on the kid level. So that's easy. It's something that you can do that's super easy to target people and not send a generic message out. What else? I had another, what else I want to share?
Hey, Allie, I had a question real
Yeah.
quick that you could touch on.
Yeah.
So I think with some coaches, especially if you're like struggling with Success Club or helping people, might think when you get too targeted and you limit your groups, right, to like this specific category, how are you possibly going to find people?
Good question. So I target, when I'm making new connections on Facebook or Instagram, I always look for people that have kids, are pregnant, so I know they're going to have kids soon, or be postpartum soon. And I look through at new mom hashtags. So I look at new mom, mom of toddlers. I have a bunch of hashtags that I follow, and those are the people that I look at. I'm also in a bunch of the reason that people ask me a lot, how do I have so many followers on Instagram? Because I have 7,000 and it's grown quickly. I do a lot of the mom growth loops. So Addison is one of my coaches who actually met through one of those loops. So it's like you basically tag people and you just connect with them. And then I just kept connecting with them and messaging them and just connecting over mom things. And like asking simple questions like, I know the answer to this, but everyone that I know that has 2 kids, the past couple weeks I've messaged them and said, I'm super nervous about bringing another kid in with a 3-year-old. How do you handle this? And so that forms that connection from the get-go. And then next month I can put them in my invite list and invite them to our mom group instead of sending a random cold message. They moved from the cold market to the warm market, which we've talked about before. But anyways, so back to how do I make connections? The best way is just adding people that are like you. So like I told Sarah, finding people for her, look at IBD, Crohn's, ulcerative colitis, look at those hashtags. And those are, even if people are not posting about their disease, if they're posting something different, that'll likely be a hashtag they use because it's how they identify. So you can use, name a group of people. I wouldn't get too targeted and say like, well, I only want to do PAs who are moms with kids under 2. Like that's a little too targeted, but it could work, right? So there's lots of different, Moana. So like that was my example for Sarah because it's something she can relate to. And she's come off all of her extra supplements by using Shakeology, and she has a story that how this journey's helped her with her disease. So what other questions do you guys have?
I was just also going to add to that, like, don't even think you have to like create this whole big group too to start this. Like, you could go through your list of people you already follow and connect with them one-on-one. For example, in March, I went through a breakup and there was 2 people I enrolled that also went through a breakup. I wasn't doing a breakup group, but it was that connectivity that they understood they needed to work on themselves because I was willing to share it. So it could also just be you being more focused on sharing these things about your life that are different than everybody else on the team and that only you're going to get. So you could start doing polls on your stories about IBD, Moana, and kind of understanding your audience a little bit and seeing, like, putting it out there and putting the feelers out there to see how that might work. Because people don't know it unless you say it, and they need to hear it 7 to 15 times before they actually get it. So you guys can always start somewhere is my main point.
Right. And I've tried in the past couple months too, is change more of my posts and my stories to be more mom focused as beach body focused, because that's how those connections are made. And you can invite people, you're not going to add someone. I hate when people do this. Like they add you as a friend immediately and they send you a message saying like, hey, I'm a rep for XYZ. Do you want to have a party with me? Like that's a turnoff. Like, no, sorry, I don't. So you don't want to be that person, but you have to make that connection first. I send everybody I add, I send a like, hey, this is me, et cetera, message. But then later on, I'll try and connect on a different level. So like, hey, Jamie, I saw you have a 1-year-old. Is she in daycare or do you stay home with her? Like, just make some kind of connection. And half the time they might not answer, and that's fine. But the other half they will answer, and you'll make that friendship. Like Addison and I connected probably 4 months ago, just over she has I think a 4-year-old and a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. And so we just connected on being boy moms. And she lives in Kansas, so I've never met her, but we connected on social media and we just kind of hit it off, and she was ready to go on our journey. So you don't have to, it's not rocket science. You don't have to do this whole welcome guide. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. I was really concerned. I was trying to make posts for the bod group. And I was like, well, gosh, I don't have any mom content. I looked on Etsy and bought 45 days of mom content, like mom motivation. It was $10. And so all of that's done. I post it once a week. Like I just schedule a post on Sundays and it's done. So it's not like I'm spending hours and hours and hours thinking of these things. They're already laid out in front of me, and I just utilize the resources that I have. So don't underestimate yourself. And if you guys want to be more, if you want to be interactive tonight, it's up to you guys. If you want to go around and talk about like, what do you feel like a group would be for each and every one of you that you could target. Jamie, I'm going to call on you first. I know we've already talked about this, so.
Hi guys. Yeah, I really like the mom group just because I have a 1-year-old. I also feel like maybe healthcare would be good. And then, I don't know, I think at first maybe like if something outdoorsy maybe would work. I don't know.
And I thought about my next one I have in my like to-do list is to make a healthcare focused one. When COVID was happening, like in the thick of things, I did try and target like nurses and basically saying like, well, you need to keep your mental health up and fitness helps that. But it wasn't a true, they weren't like in their own group. It was just in our big community, but it was kind of the way to reel them in. And that worked as well. But not as well as the mom group, I would say, because when you have a kid, like your whole mindset change. Whereas before you could go to the gym and spend hours at the gym. Well, now you can't do that. So it's, and you don't like, you're not comfortable with your body at 6 weeks. You don't know what to do. Like, it's a different kind of feeling and overwhelmingness, different than healthcare. So I want to do a healthcare one as well. It's just not, I haven't finalized anything yet. Anybody else have any ideas?
I'll give an idea because I know that some of the girls on this call might relate to this. So one of the things I thought about when I really started building my team was talking about being in a male dominated profession and really tying personal development to that, because that's one of the things that helped me lean into coaching and actually want to build a team, because I didn't have that confidence at work. I didn't have that skill. And it's kind of what we talked about last week on the team call. So now a lot of the girls in my direct downline are all in male dominated professions. They're lawyers, they're doctors, they're in construction, those sorts of things. So I was actually thinking about it the other day, like I think of Melissa, like she's in architecture too. So she gets it. And it's like damn hard to like study for stuff. I know we've been talking about that the past year during the pandemic. So there's a lot of different ways you can go about it. It's just that connectivity in some shape or form that I think is really cool. So studying, no, male dominated profession. Moana, go for it. I saw you on mute.
I would say like night shift workers. I know there are quite a few of us and we kind of live a different life than day shift workers. So it would probably be a cool group to have like in their own group.
That's a good one. I actually have a few night shift nurses on my team, and I tried to put them together in like a fake message group, and it's hard because I did night shift for like 2 months in PA school, so I get it, but not really. Like I don't live that life. So I tried to put them together and like help each other figure out like how to work out when you live a weird schedule, but it just kind of fizzled out. But I like that idea. Because there again, like when do you go to the gym? Like do you go when you get off, or do you go in the morning? Like it'd be easier just to wake up and do it. So
sounds like you have a leader for that.
it's a good one. It's a really good one.
I'm going to chime in on that one with Moana, because I used to be that night shift person, and that was a struggle of, do you do it when you get off work? Do you do it when you get up? And I don't feel that when we were there, when I was there, I still say we are really well known about it, because a lot of people feel that there is such a big following on here in the mornings that they don't realize there's a bunch of us that do get on in the afternoons for work. And I think that could be a really big target audience.
So yeah, so make that in the hub, Moana. I'll put you in charge. Is like see if there's any interest in a night shift workers accountability group. And so you can make an accountability group inside the hub, and then just make your own message thread if you want, just because it's a challenge of when do you work, like you can talk about all those struggles with each other. Anybody else?
I think this was really good, Allie. I think that the one thing we can take away from it is like she didn't wait for me to tell her to do this, guys. Like she saw something in her business that she wasn't feeling good to her, and she shifted and changed it and figured it out herself. So I think it's sometimes hard when we have these bigger groups and you might look to your coach and be like, "Oh my gosh, how could I ever do what they do?" But I started with one person 7 years ago too. So like just start with that mindset of whatever your goal is this month. Like we all started at 0. It's only June 2nd. What can you do differently this month to reach the people you want to work with? That's what it really comes down to. Like instead of speaking to everyone, speak to your someone. And I used to tell Allie that a couple months ago. I'm like, girl, you're talking to everybody. So of course you're having these girls that are wishy-washy and they quit after a month. They're not invested. Speak to that one person that you want to go on trips with, that you want to spend time with, that you want to invite over to your house for happy hour. Because when you're more yourself on your social and you stop being like everybody else, then you start surrounding yourself. I mean, look at this call. Like, I'm so glad that all of you guys are in my life, even though I haven't met most of you in person. There's a reason for that, right? And you can cultivate that for yourself and your own community. But you have to take that initiative for, like, all right, what's missing in the hub? How can I do something cool to cultivate what I want more of and not wait for my coach to tell me? So this is my permission slip to y'all of like, whatever creativity you want to have this month, go for it. And it can be small. It does not have to be this big, huge thing. It's just been really cool to see Allie kind of make the shift in her business. And she no longer has coach cancellations left and right where she's freaking out. She has people that stick, and you guys want that too. So I'm proud of you for sharing, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of you like embrace who you are and let that shine and do it your way, because that brings me joy when I see y'all succeed. It doesn't really, I know Allie could agree, like, cool, I hit a success club. It's a lot more fun when everybody's doing it with us, or that sort of thing. So any closing thoughts, Allie? And then we'll wrap it up.
I was gonna say what was I gonna say? Sorry, it slipped my mind because I can't focus on anything anymore. The struggles of being 33 weeks pregnant. When I wasn't before I was targeting moms, I was still hitting Success Club 10, 5, 10 pretty much consistently, but I felt like the conversations were a struggle. Like I felt like I was like pulling teeth to get someone to sign up. And now it's not that way. It's like, oh my gosh, yes, that sounds great. What do I do next? And so be creative is the last thing I'm going to say. And even if you help one person this month, but it's for that targeted niche and you find your person, it'll be worth it, because this mom group, seeing the results I've seen and seeing how connected they've already become and pushing each other, like, hey, I'm going on vacation Memorial Day weekend. What do I do? And I'm not even involved. Like they just talk to each other and encourage one another. So it's super exciting. And don't think that you can't make new connections, because I'd say 50% of my team is people that I didn't know before. Like I've never met in person. They're all social media connections, which I thought was crazy when Danielle told me that would happen. But it does. So just keep making connections and grow your network, or your business will never grow. But that's it.
Boom. Well, get your boomerangs in, prove that you were here, show on your stories that you spent time learning and growing tonight. And Morgan is going to be launching something special next week. So thanks for being here, guys. And let's kick off the first week of June strong. Keep up the great work. And Allie will post all the bingo stuff. So looking forward to seeing y'all crush it. Thanks, Allie. Bye, guys.